Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it start? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ayy, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ayy, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing update for you guys today. So every weekend, every Sunday morning, we put together an amazing update to kind of keep you guys really in touch with everything that's going on in Ordinals while you guys are out on Friday night and having a grass-touching Saturday, right? So we're going to keep you guys all updated. We got a lot of stuff to go through. We're going to keep this one short, kind of get to the point, kind of get to all the updates, kind of give you our opinions on what we think is going to happen. Jump into a little bit of Bob Lucas. You don't know who Bob Lucas is. He's one of our favorite Bitcoin analysts, and we're jumping into what he was thinking in his latest video and stuff like that. So we got a lot going on today. So let's get it started. I'm bringing my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
So let's get right into it, man. How was your week and your weekend so far?
It was good. Touched grass this weekend. Went bowling yesterday.
Nice.
Played laser tag. Dude, I am out of shape, bro. That was actually freaking. Those kids have a lot of energy, man. So I was getting like murked in the beginning. My wife was tagging me. Our friends' kids was tagging me. Everybody was like, and then I finally got into my zone and I started like getting people back like really, really well. At the end, so there was only four total players because it was just slower that day for the laser tag, and it was all us. And so at the end, whenever they announced the leaderboard, I came in at fourth.
Nice.
So, last, I was like, man, I know I gotta be like top two because I came back at the end. No, man, but hey, it was fun. Know, going out, doing that, eating out, it was fun just to get your mind away. Even though, like I said, I was like, go touch grass, Bitcoin ecosystem will be back. I couldn't help myself. I was still like posting. I actually went on a shopping spree Saturday morning before I went to go actually touch grass. So I like whenever I mix it up though. Like as long as you're doing something outside of crypto on the weekends, at least once or twice is important.
When you say you went shopping, are we talking Gucci, Louis Vuitton, or are we talking Ordinals?
Future Gucci's and future Louis Vuittons. Talking Ordinals, man. Tap tokens. I bought some runes. I picked up some BRC20s. I actually hit every fungible token meta protocol. Picked up a couple of Ordinals. What I did was every time if I need to like liquidate anything for like personal cash or anything like that, I always try to make sure that like if it's a large item, to make sure that I get some smaller items that have potential. And then I have my cash that I can give myself, right? And that makes me feel better as opposed to take all my cash from that item because that's going to go, we know that's going to go away. You know what I mean? To whatever I need to use it for. So it made me feel a lot better when I did that. So
yeah. No, I hear you, man. I had the same thing. I took the kids to the pool on Friday, man, and I realized same thing. I'm swimming, dude, and swimming is an exercise. And I was like, holy crap! Like, sitting behind a keyboard now. Like, I used to be a CNC machinist, so I was like walking around and doing stuff all the time, like always exercising, just not meaning to, just like picking up heavy stuff, putting machine.
Yeah.
I realized, dude, this keyboard is being behind it all the time. I gotta start doing stuff, man. I really do. But yeah, same thing with me, man. And then that was fun. And then hiding, like after a while, the kids just wanted to stay. I just put towels over my head. Dude. I couldn't stay in the sun. I'm getting like albino because I don't leave the house anymore. But yeah. But yeah, same thing, man. I just keep shit posting with Francis, going back and forth with that. And the people that don't know, it's not serious. Me and Francis are good friends. Obviously, Ordinal Revolution and his show are really tight. And I just want to put it out there that me and Francis, everything we do, Twitter back and forth, it's all fun and games. So it is. But yeah, man. So kind of get into it. How are you feeling about the upcoming week? How are you feeling about this bull market that we're in? I mean, we're in a bull market. I'm not saying we're not, but we're definitely in a downward spiral. But I mean, you could say that though, but like we're down 15%, not even the all-time high, and it's like, oh no, but that's a good thing, honestly.
Yeah. Whenever you've experienced kind of recent success, right? You want it to continue, right? So whenever it reverses trend, it's like a doom and gloom feeling, right? But yeah, sitting at 64,000, if you told us this in October that we'd be at 64,000 by, June of 2023, I think we'd be okay with it, right? But again, perception changes and it's relative to your most recent success, right? And so I think that that's what we got to really try to reel ourselves in, our perception in. Because if you think about it, like for us, we're in the space every day, right? This is our job. This is our livelihood now.
Yeah.
And a lot of our community members are also touching on in the space because they're watching us and they're interacting with us. But whenever you do that, like it's hard to have like this. Let me step back and view from like an outside perspective, right? Because from an outside perspective, I would say, hey, look, the interaction on crypto Twitter has gone down, except for like the people that are OGs are passionate, right? And we're in it every day. But the newbies, they kind of went away a little bit. And so that should give us a sign that, okay, it's accumulation period. It's a calm down period. And then also, if you zoom out and you just compare the cycle to the most recent cycle that's similar, which would be 2017, you would see that this is normal. Actually, we're doing better because in those previous cycles, the drawbacks typically about 30%, that as we learned from Bob Lucas, right? We're sitting at a 12-15% pullback right now from all-time high. So we're actually in a really good spot. ETFs threw everything off this year, I feel like, good and bad. We saw gain from it, which affected the ecosystem. And one thing I'm starting to do is kind of really just drown out the other ecosystems noise, right? Like, because they'll be really hyped up about a meme token that got to $500 million market cap, $1 billion market cap, but then guess what? It ended up dumping on those new holders that got in within 2 weeks, right? Then you had the celebrity phase, and I'm like, I thought kind of long and hard about this Friday heading into the weekend. I said, you know what? That makes me feel so good of where we are, because I could have, laid my bets on one of these meme coins, probably did pretty well. But then like you get this dopamine hit and you're like, oh, I want more. While it's over here, the gains are gradual. And yes, they do go down, depending on Bitcoin, but it's more of a sustained success. We're building something with quality over here versus on Solana and those other chains that just want a quick, dopamine hit. So I'm glad where we are because of that and thinking about it. And it makes me feel good about 3 months down the road, once we get there. Because you and I had some discussions this morning, and I brought something up, and we'll go over it tomorrow a little bit deeper because I want more research. But we're in good position being where we are in Bitcoin's ecosystem.
Yeah, dude, I completely agree. I just think that, people just need to relax. Like, we're in the summer right now, and it being what it is, we're really following this chart by Bob Lucas here. So you guys don't know who Bob Lucas is, go to YouTube, type in Bob Loukas. It'll pop up for you. But he's one of our favorite analysts here, and he basically took this chart we already did and just kind of put it up against here. And he said this is a real possibility. We could sit here till almost October before we start breaking out. But I mean, could you imagine that? Could you imagine sitting here? We're about 100 and something days in here. This is almost double that. So imagine 200 days sitting in this wedge. How do you think sentiment would be towards the end of that?
I think it'd be okay because, like, except for that drop down, I don't know when is that.
So this would be beginning of July.
Okay, so and is that scenario 3? Because I know he put 3 scenarios up, and is that the one that drops to 50,000?
No. That's a different one.
Okay, so what's that price with that drop down right there?
This price would be 60,000.
Okay, so 60,000. Okay, yeah, so that's the one that he kind of feels comfortable about. I remember. Yeah, so all 3 of those scenarios, by the way, obviously had us ending in the same, position, just different time periods of when it happens.
Here's another one. This is the one that you're talking about. This drops down.
I think that's 60 as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So
yeah, that's 60 as
like
well.
51.
Okay,
53,
so then
53.
that is the third scenario. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but like in the end, it always ends up right. So basically, he's like
Yep.
July. The most bullish scenario is the July scenario where it
Yep.
gets bullish in July. The second one, I think he said, was October, and the
Yep.
third one, when does it uptick right there?
So
After that down,
the uptick here would be
no, the first one bounce back. The bounce back from 53. So it would be that next. There we go.
yes. This will be November.
Okay, yeah. So exactly, right? July, November, and then I think July, October, or November. Those were the 3 months that he said basically is whenever we have takeoff for those three situations. So, if we have to wait till October, that would suck, right? But like, there's always something happening in our ecosystem, even whenever things were slow. Because like, you gotta remember, dude, like last year, like Ordinals was the thing with a random, base token taking off or Solana token taking off, and then back to Ordinals building, right? And then we had like just random projects kind of going up, and really it led up into October of last year where it was like, oh my God, okay, it's on, we're here. And that, I think that's what kind of tricked a lot of people in our space, especially. We're like, oh, bull market starting early, blah, blah, blah. No, we're just catching up from all the crap we went through the past year.
100%. And he has these arrows here. So these are 3 arrows. So if you look over here, you kind of see them how they were at 35. So there's this one being the 35, and then the 35 is the crash. So this one's 35. So at 35, he's saying we're going to be around 260. That's his target, right? So at the high being like almost 300, right before the crash, seeing like 260, and the bottom here being there's going to be another bottom, he thinks, in 2027. So, and then a bounce back. But yeah, I don't know. So go check out this video, guys. It's Bob Lucas. He does a video every 3 months. So when his video do drop, there's something to pay attention to for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. I like that I like his approach. I'm actually starting to naturally, subconsciously take it to where he puts multiple scenarios out, because you can't. We're not like wizards here. We can't project the next week's price exactly for Bitcoin, and so. But one thing he did say is there is typically a 30% drawback during the period that we're sitting in right now, the accumulation period, and we haven't experienced that. We've experienced a 12 to 15% drawback from all-time highs. But he said, don't be shocked if we do. That was scenario 3. And he said a lot of people are saying the ETFs, people are saying that the ETFs are the reason why we haven't experienced it. He doesn't believe necessarily that's a solid, backing of why we haven't experienced it. But I do think that the ETF obviously had something to do with it, but we'll see what happens. That third scenario, I think, would be the most tough to go through. Going back to 51,000 and then ranging, but I think it doesn't last that long. So maybe 51,000 back to like 65, back to 70 within a couple months or a month, I think would be okay. So each scenario, at the end of the day, we get to where we're wanting to get to. Latest month would be November, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, man. We've been waiting this whole time. We just would have to like start talking about I don't know, sports events or something on here. Just kidding.
Well, the NFL season's coming back, right? No, just kidding. But every scenario that he does hit on, we launch in October. It's well, some of them don't, but most of them are in October.
But
and then November,
November,
bullish,
exactly.
Exactly.
So, you can wait till October. You can wait till
waiting.
November.
Yeah, I'm okay waiting, but it'd be awesome if we don't have to wait, right? We just start going up now. But let's kind of jump into that. If you wouldn't mind showing us your charts, what is going on in the day today? What is going on today?
Yeah, let me get that up right now, and we'll dive into it. I always like to do different time frames to kind of project different forecasts of time frames, right? So the first chart I always look at is the shortest time frame, which is the hour chart here, which can project probably 6 to 9 hours away from now. So that would be about 2 to 4 p.m. Central Time. And so right now we're looking at Bitcoin sitting right at 64,387. We touched into oversold territory. We didn't really go far below the 20-point mark on the stochastic RSI. It looks like the sell pressure is weakening on the MACD here. The blue and red lines on the MACD are not very far apart, but that can change quickly. We've had a lot of buy pressure, right, leading up into that, even though the price didn't spike really, but it's, you know, it teased 65 again. I like where we're sitting. You know, it doesn't seem like there's a ton of pressure down, but again, the weekends do cool things off, so this makes sense what we're seeing here. You know, Sundays in the late evening, sometimes we'll see bounce backs, you know, because people are, you know, wanting to accumulate before the week starts. So that's a possibility to where we see, you know, this trending back up and heading into 65,000. And if it gets really bullish, maybe even 66, that would be like a really good scenario there. So that's the short term. The midterm, which would be the next 2 to 3 days, I'm looking at the 4-hour chart. So this is pretty bullish in my opinion. You know, obviously it could just be, you know, the weekend calming down, so we're seeing more of the buy pressure here, even though, like I said, we haven't like exploded into like 65, 66 yet. But if we hang out up here a little bit longer, we can have that by the end of the Sunday scenario, which can bring us back to 66. That would fall perfectly in line. But look how quickly we bounced out of the oversold territory. I mean, that's pretty quick for a 4-hour chart. You know what I mean? So literally, you know, boop, bounced out. Now, that could worry me because we you know, didn't spend much time there. And we, you know, kind of hung out a little bit up here without just barely, you know, spinning out. I would love a scenario like this though, right? Where we just kind of hang out up here and then start the week really strong next week. Next week's gonna be very interesting because, you know, like analysts like Bob Lucas and, you know, other analysts are saying that the beginning of July is going to be very telling. You know, will we have that first scenario that Bob Lucas was talking about, to where July really gets bullish, and you know, we could possibly start the breakout in July, right, with a little calm in August, and then start to fly in September. That's what we all want, right? That's you, I, everybody that wants things to be bullish. That's the perfect scenario. So we'll see. Next week could be kind of boring leading up into the first week of July, but we'll see. I'm just glad that it's calmed down. It's not continually bleeding out through the weekend. And then the next 2 weeks is really bullish for me, seeing this, right? You know, just hanging out over here on the 12-hour chart for so long and oversold. This looks like it's ready to explode to me. You know what I mean? It's like when you're oversold for this long, you haven't experienced like really bullish selling. You know, I love this scenario. And look at that. You can see on the 12-hour chart, like blue and red are touching here. So I don't know. To me, this looks really bullish for the next 2 weeks. So this could play out into that first scenario. And I like what I see down here. Because I mean, look, if you look down here, when was the last time you saw that being in oversold for this long? You can't really, this is only half about where we've been here. The last time was, you know, this is April. So we really haven't seen exactly, we haven't seen this much of a drawdown. So it's kind of like, you know, pent up demand that's like, I'm ready to go, you know. So I love what I see on the 12-hour chart. And so I hope that doesn't give you guys like any like false hope, but you know, the charts do try to speak to us. And sometimes there's events outside of the charts that can dictate where Bitcoin goes. But I'm really liking the 2 to 3 week range of where we'll be. And that leads right up to the Bitcoin conference, right? So that could be really bullish.
Yeah, man. July 24th. So, and you know, we're hearing rumors of some big maybe celebrities being there, or maybe even bigger than that. So that's definitely going to be exciting. I think it'd be awesome if the 10th richest man in the world ends up showing up to that. It'd be pretty great. Michael Dell. That'd be pretty wild. So, but cool. We'll see. You know, we'll see. You never know. Dell could come out with an announcement this week that they bought Bitcoin for their balance sheet. That could send us up as well. You got to remember too, is like, the charts and stuff are a big deal, but one little person coming out, or one big person coming out saying that they bought Bitcoin, could lead us into something, something we seen in 2021 with Elon Musk, right? So, and then 3 months later, he came out and said Larry Fink's bothering him, so he has to sell it, or he can't take it anymore.
Well, he has everybody on his team now, so
He
things
does.
change now. Yeah.
Yep, things are different this time. Yeah, man. All right, we'll kind of hop into some updates of your digital artifacts. We'll get into this first here, and make sure I want to be on the 7-day. What the heck? Is this right? No, hold on. Sorry. So this is what I'm seeing here. Let's go to 7-day of the volume. There we go. All right, everything's fixed now. So in that number one spot, no monkeys sitting at 0.185. Man, dude, 0.185 for no monkeys. That seems like a dream come true for some people, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying that, like, I would love to see them at 0.185.
Yeah.
Now I would love to see them at 0.09. You gotta get greedy, man. No, I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
man. Puppets sitting here at 0.11, man. The puppets community is one of the biggest. It's got all the way up to 0.5, almost 0.5. What do you think about the puppets here in the number 2 spot? I love that no monkeys or puppets are 1 and 2 in volume.
Yeah, I mean, you got to hand it to the puppets for the volume. Goodness, like the
Yeah.
volume's been like very, very consistent with puppets, and so yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've said that I would rather have an opium than a puppet.
Yeah.
And I still feel that way just because like I'm a long term for some of these collectibles, right? But yeah, I'm not surprised that those are the top 2
Yeah, man.
Ordinals collections.
Coming in here, we got the Runestone in that third one. 14 pending buys right now.
Someone knows something.
Always, I know someone knows something. This is hopping up there at 0.013. Quantum Cat's in that 4th spot. Quantum Cat's staying steady. Why do you think they've been so steady at 0.241?
Because they raised a lot of money.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
and they have a pretty strong message too. Their messaging is really good, right? It's like, hold your quantum cats, delist them because they're going to turn into this or they're going to do that. So gotta hand it to Udi and Eric and their team for having that consistent messaging of like, you don't want to be listing your quantum cats or selling them because there's a big, there's big stuff still to come and benefits from that, keeping them. Yeah. So good job with that. They did also raise a ton of money though.
Ordo Maxibus raised a ton of money, and they're not holding up as well.
Yeah, but I think they're like waiting for the right time to deploy that.
Yeah.
Look, this is all speculation, guys. This is not, what's not speculation is the mint prices and the launches. That's not speculation, right? So that goes to somebody, right? But what is speculation is the fact that like, insinuating that like they have a huge war chest and they're going to deploy to keep the floor price up. But yeah, I mean, common sense makes me have that speculation and just want to clear that up though. It's complete speculation. I don't have any evidence or facts of that happening. I want to clear that up because I don't want people to say, yeah, we said that this is happening, but I'm just using common sense there.
Yep. Blob sitting in that 6th spot, followed by the Bitcoin Frogs, man. Frogs are just kind of hanging out here. You got it all the way down to 0.4 or something, but now bounce back up to 0.5 and now settling down here at 0.5 here. So I got to like 0.55 and now down here to 0.5, 0.05. What do you think? 0.59. Yeah.
Yeah, quickly.
So this is what, 90% drop from here? So that's pretty big.
Yeah. I'm still bullish on their future. Yeah. I did liquidate a couple though. I still have a couple, but I liquidated in a couple other items because, like I told you, my strategy with if I ever need to liquidate anything, I want to make sure I pick other things that are cheaper that have a big upside, and that's what I did. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit.
Lucid, it's a newer project. RSIC Meta Protocol, followed by Pizza Ninjas, sitting at 0.115. Pizza Ninjas are, stronger than the puppets here, it looks like. So that's pretty crazy. Pizza Ninjas or puppets? What do you think? I mean, the volume says puppets, but
yeah. Pizza Ninjas has a similar approach, in my opinion, to Quantum Cats, right? Like you don't want to, list your Pizza Ninja. There's this benefit, that benefit. So kind of similar approach. I think both those do well in the peak bull market.
Yeah. And then I want to hit on these 3 real quick. So Natcats, Bitmaps, and the Royals. These three are I think very undervalued here, especially Bitmap and the Royals. What do you think about the Nat Cats and the Royals before we hit on Bitmaps?
So I actually picked up a couple Nat Cats when
Yeah.
I liquidated a couple of my frogs, and it was because of that upside, right? We know that their all-time high was 0.16, I believe, or 0.18.
Yeah.
They have a strong community behind them. They were the first DMT collection, right? 10,000 collection. So they have a big opportunity for upside there. I'm big on the Royals. I actually like the Royals art probably the best out of the DMT stuff.
Yeah.
And they're down 31% right now. So I picked up a couple of those as well. So I number 1 and 2, like I think what's going to happen with this DMT genre is that like they're going to eventually have their own kind of like, ecosystem cult following, which they already kind of do, but they benefit from being listed on Magic Eden as well. And that's the good thing about these meta protocol art and stuff like that. They're not going to go away. That's why I always have this thing like multi meta protocol ecosystem. But I think once the DMT narrative like really blows up to where you can explain it easily to like the everyday noob, they get excited about it. And that's whenever we'll see these collections really blow up. Of course, Bitmap is Bitmap, right? Bitmap is going to have the resurgence. I think one thing that you can tell is when times are hard, like whenever, like right now, we're going through this accumulation period, a lot of these have dropped a lot, right? If you go and click on the collection and see which ones have the buy now, that should tell you something. That Magic Eden's, willing to put up, or however they set this mechanism up, maybe there's just a bunch of offers. Yeah, so there's a bunch of
There's
offers.
offers.
Yeah, but look at that. I mean, like people are willing to buy a lot of these, right? At those prices. And then you can look at the price, the price point of that. If there's a lot of people are looking to buy those, then that should tell you something that like there's substance to this. There's some longevity to it, right? But during the hard times, if there's not many buyers, that's whenever I would say, oh, that project's going to be probably hurting.
100%. And now with the DMT stuff, I'm getting bullish on it now because there's infrastructure now, right? There's stuff being built. Mscribed is building an amazing marketplace. We've been messing around over there. I was able to mint a wizard over there, so that was pretty cool. I got a couple wizards and stuff like that. So I'm curious what the whole process is like. I'm getting kind of a part of it. And people hit me up on Twitter like, "Oh, why this sudden change?" It's because it's bottomed, right? Track is bottomed. Tap is about to drop. Like Ghosty is about to drop an L2. Like there's so much bullishness now.
And you downloaded a Tap wallet, and so I think that was one of the big things for you.
That was the biggest thing for me was having a wallet where I can kind of see my stuff inside, right? So I got a Nat Cat here, a frog here, and two the Royals. And I wasn't comfortable with downloading the wallet until we talked to the team over there, the Tap Zero team. Now they're being called the Tap Wallet. And that was a big thing for me. I come here, I can hit my UNATs or I can hit my my Tap tokens, and you can see then I got this thing for Tap Wallet and then the Ghosty. So I don't know, man. I'm starting to feel the building happening. I'm starting to see there's 2 marketplaces that are about to drop. There's a whole bunch of projects. We were lucky enough to be put into the Tap Builders a Telegram group, and you can kind of see how many messages come in there every single day of people building, hey, can I do this? Is this possible? And just amazing questions. And I'm bullish now. Like I just can't hold the fact that I was waiting for a bottom, and with Tap being at $1.37 today, that is bottoming to me, and it's like and people are like, oh, why weren't you bullish before? Because Tap was $4 and I knew it was going to track was $4 and I knew it was going to drop down. So for this to be like now, it's like perfect situation for everything.
Yeah, and obviously we work together all the time, like almost every day, right? And so I've got to know you very, very well. And one of the things that I know about you is if there's not infrastructure for you to mess with, that's where your interest kind of doesn't really go fully into it. And I think once you downloaded that Tap wallet and you realized, hey, look, these can be rendered on here. And one thing about the Tap Wallet Explorer is they're the only ones indexing the actual UNAT part of this. That's why it's rendered on the wallet. Like Track is indexing DMT side. And so I was like, you guys have like big opportunity here, just be that indexer for UNATs. And so I think that's something that they might be looking into. But it is really cool that you can see these things, you know what I mean? And now, in your wallet and stuff like that. Obviously you can see them on Magic Eden and stuff, and mScribe if you go there, but you can't see them in your Unisat wallet. You can't see them, I don't think, in your Xverse either. But they'll probably end up upgrading that, because they're going to see, I think, like, especially after the second wallet, once Unitap comes out, when you have two wallets, that's a statement for the ecosystem
100%.
that are dedicated to the ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? So like, not like ARC20s, and they have Wiz Wallet, which is great. I love that wallet. But like, there's going to be two that are solely dedicated to the Tap ecosystem once Unitap comes out, and that's a big statement.
100%, I agree. And so I download this wallet. I'm not telling you guys to do it. You gotta put precautions and stuff like that. So if you guys do download this wallet, start a new one. Don't put your seed words in there. Play it safe. Good, have good wallet hygiene here. And then so this doesn't connect to anything yet besides their own site. So you will have to send stuff here, and that's what I've been doing. I mean, keeping it as like a vault, and it's been holding my UNETs, and I got a little bit of Ghosty here as well. I'm not going to put everything I own in this wallet, because you should practice good wallet hygiene and stuff like that. So, but I do have some stuff in here, and it is cool to see. I'll probably put all my UNETs in here once I get them, so I can see everything. So, and I kind of keep you guys in the loop. And Tap Zero, now they're calling themselves, they put out something that they will be doing an airdrop for the Tap Zero token. So I don't know, maybe you should mess with it. Not financial advice, but if you open up a new wallet, put a little bit of Bitcoin in here like I did, you're able to use the I think it's called the Tap Wallet.io. Tapwallet.io is the site. This is it right here. And kind of go in, connect your wallet. It lets you do your Tap Wallet, which is cool to see. It connects it right away. And then you can come here. You can create your own name like I did. I think I'm over here now, page 2. Yeah.
How many users now? There's a lot more, huh?
It's growing. Yeah, man. So I'm right here. I'm on page 3 now. So you come up here. You just put your name and thing, and you register. It doesn't connect your wallet. It connects your wallet, but only for a second. And it doesn't do anything with it. But hit register, pop it in, boom, you're good. And then you can kind of come up in here, and you can put your name in or your wallet address. My name's already in here. So not Shizozi, it's Shizzy. And then you type in your name here, and then you can kind of see everything you hold. So,
that's pretty cool, man. They're doing a good job, and they've been building for a while. So I'm excited. They have a marketplace coming up, and that's another marketplace, right? That's going to be solely dedicated to Tap tokens. So this thing is really, getting rolled out perfectly in time, in my opinion. So.
I'm excited for these guys. After meeting them, obviously they are not doxed. They came into the room as Tap Wallet and stuff like that, so you have to be cautious until they dox themselves. But I'm getting bullish on them.
Yep. We did see their face, but yeah, you're right. They did put the label as Tap Wallet there. All right, let's jump over to the BRC20 market update here. I'm going to use OKX here because it does combine all of them in one spot, like the 5 byte and 4 byte here. You can see Pizza's in that top spot with a almost 9% change in total volume here. So it did bounce back here, not quite at $100 million market cap again, but it's right under it's a 92.32 with $355,000 in 24-hour volume. I am bullish on Pizza, guys. Like Unisat ended up spending $2 million on the airdrop for this. I feel like this is their token for their wallet. Not obviously their official, but like they were going to do something with their points, and they did with this, right? So now we actually have an official Bitcoin Pizza token, because I feel like this definitely represents that, right? So it is a meme, of course, but it's a good one. It's about Bitcoin history. So anyways, spending $2 million, they're gonna try to figure out like how to make something of this, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but yeah, 658 sales there. Number 2 coming in with Pi, which is a BRC20 original 4 byte token here, $195,000 in total Volume in 24 hours with a market cap of 54 million. Rats is starting to come back, dude. People are talking about Rats. They're back
Yeah, I
above
see.
100 million, man. They're back above
Yeah.
100 million. Love that for Rats. Rats was like such a positive energy movement. I feel like it's like one of those things that wasn't like, you didn't feel like the cabal was like there. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
everybody got together and was like, Rats, Rats. You know what I mean? It was fun. And so I love that about Rats. There's
yeah.
definitely an innocence to it. The volume 123,000 in the past 24 hours, right under 112 million market cap. And then you have Pi, which I guess is different from the symbol Pi. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't like that, but it's 45,000 in total 24-hour volume, with a market cap of 80,000. So I guess this might be newer. So, and then you have Peelin. I'm not sure what that is. $38,000 in 24-hour volume, market cap of 28.9 million. Core. And this is supposed to be a utility project here, coming in at 32.4 thousand and 24-hour volume at $21.65 million market cap. Pups comes in at number 7, so there's still Pups on BRC20 at $26,000 in 24-hour volume with a $65.8 million market cap there. Cats making a resurgence here, $25.5 thousand in 24-hour volume with 3.94 million market cap there, and increase of 43% in volume. And then you have Pin, 24.8 thousand in 24-hour volume with a 21.16 million market cap there. And then Wizard tops us off here at the top 10 at 15.9 thousand in 24-hour volume with an $88.55 million market cap. All right, some notables here. Stats coming in at number 11, $14.9 thousand in 24-hour volume on OKX. Obviously, most of their volume are coming from centralized exchanges. $405 million market cap here. So this is one I've been kind of eyeing. I was like, should I, if I get into this, I want to do a larger bit of capital, just so it makes sense. Because to get back to $1 billion, you're looking at a little over a 2x. But if the modular system works out with Unisat, this could easily go to $3 to $5 billion market cap. So if you look at that, then the X's obviously look more attractive. But still, for me personally, I'd probably want to do more of a bigger brick of capital for that. And then what else here? Track right here. So Track doesn't get very much volume on OKX. We're looking at 6,000 here with a $31.74 million market cap. $1.51 on OKX, which is I think a little bit higher than Unisat. So Track is one that I actually picked up a little bit more of over the weekend as well. And a lot of it has to do with just breaking down the logic behind it. If the Track brand doesn't do well, then Tap ecosystem, in my opinion, is tarnished with that. They're staking Track as validators. Big institutions can come in there. So 1 million has been locked up of Track already. How many more is going to be locked up with the entity validator lockups? We don't know. What's the cap on that? We don't know. If there's 3 million Track, dude, that's 4 total million knocked off of 21 million. That's a 17 million supply, so I'm rolling the dice here a little bit, saying, okay, look, logically things seem to be lining up in favor of $1.50 price point here, and so that's what I did. What do you think about that, what I said?
Yeah, dude, 100%. $1.50 you said for Track?
$1.51 here, I think, on
Okay.
Unisat. Yeah, it's
I
I
did
think
say
it's a little cheaper.
$1.39 or $1.37 on Unisat. Let's see, got pulled up.
$1.40.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
it's getting pulled up, guys. So that's big.
Yep. Other than that, I think that's about it for the notables out of the top 10. But we'll keep our eye on BRC20. I very strongly think that Unisat and Layer One Foundation, they're strategically planning for a release time on when they're going to release their stuff, along with Atomicals and everybody. It just makes sense to do that. But yeah, so that is the BRC20 market update.
All right. I'll take you guys over to the Rune side of things. Number 1 spot, we got Dog Go to the Moon here at $575 million market cap. Followed by Bank of Nakamoto, sitting at $208 million market cap. This is down. Do you think this is a good buy right now? The Bank of Nakamoto dollar.
I do, and the reason why is because, I think NUSD is a good buy.
Yeah.
because of the rewards of Bapika Nakamoto.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a good buy because it's at 200 million right now, and the all time high was what, like 394 or something crazy like that million.
It got up to almost 400. Yeah, it got almost. It was like a little under 30 sats. So it was like
Yeah.
29 sats. So I mean, it was right there at 400 million.
Okay, so we just heard news of Verothium DEX on
Yeah.
Merlin Chain adding NUSD, USDT liquidity pools,
Yep.
probably other dexes there as well. The other layer twos like Babylon and all those other Bitcoin layer twos are going to probably add that. You got dot swap adding liquidity. So now liquidity pools are being created in different environments, completely different environments. Like you're talking about dot swap was trying to do a centralized
Yeah.
version of Uniswap on layer one, but now you got the side chains and layer twos doing it. This could really start to adopt quickly. I think that it's picking up. So yeah, it could be a good pickup here.
Yeah, man. RSIC, we're hearing rumbles, man, on Twitter, a bunch of different backholders coming out and saying, with the Rune dev is cooking, with their dropping and stuff like that, it's coming soon. I've been building it for over 6 months. I don't know, man. What do you think? I think R6's a good buy right here, sitting down pretty bad at $127 million market cap. This came out at like a 22 sats, so it was like $250-300 million market cap. So now down about half of that. RSIC, good buy right now.
I think this one could be super sneaky as hell.
Yeah.
And because people have fudded it. Some people said it was a scam. And we, the information that we got from it, what we saw from them, with their runes miner, basically the first one, and it was probably the most intricate approach, and it was the first one, which to me that's wild because usually they get better, right? And I was just like, I think still RSIC at the end of the day was the best mechanism in terms of gamified and having fun. And so I have a one of those weird gut feelings that what they release is going to be like one of the bigger utility things that comes out. I don't know. This is just kind of a feeling. I'm going off of a gut feeling. We had hints of who's kind of behind it, and that's why I also feel like a little bit of that. But we'll see. It has been depressing a bit for some of the holders, right? I know that you got into it heavily and initially, but you quickly kind of pivoted and made some decisions. And but I don't know. I'm curious of your opinion because you were one of those initial people that were bullish on it.
Yeah, I got a big hefty airdrop from holding the R6 for a long time. I had 2 of them at one point, so I did really well on the airdrop. But then I was buying more at like 18 sats and 17 sats. So then it was getting pretty big in my portfolio, and then it dropped down to about, I don't know, 11 sats, 12 sats. But then when Dog had its big jump up to almost $1 billion, it was like right under $1 billion. R6 jumped back up to about 18 sats, and I was like, this is my opportunity to get out. Because I did go heavy in Dog, and I didn't want to be heavy in Dog and RSIC. It's just two in one situation, right? Two, like RSIC and Dog, they're going to move together. So I sold some of my RSIC and got heavier in the Dog because I think Dog is the safer one, and I was right because Dog's not nowhere near as down as much as RSIC is. So am I thinking about getting back in RSIC? Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about getting back in RSIC, but I really haven't done it yet.
What market cap do you want to re-enter? What would be your ideal? Obviously, like don't be overly greedy, but like what would be like an idea like for you?
I would say about 8 sats.
Okay.
7, 8 sats would be the ideal entry because getting back to that 21 where it came out at would be a 3x from there, and that would be lovely. You know what I mean? So 7, 14, 21. So that would came out at 21 sats. I would get at 7. That's that would be a nice pop.
So 7. You said 7 sats is really where you're looking.
Yeah, 7 sats would be my ideal.
So that's about a
spot,
26. That's like a 26% drawback. What's the market cap?
Yeah. The market cap here is 127 million.
127 million. And what did I say at 27% drawback?
Yeah.
So that would bring you to about a 92.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
$93 million market cap. Yeah, I think if it gets there, then there's probably a lot of people that jump in at that point.
100%. I will jump through these quickly now. We got Pups World Peace sitting on $78 million market cap, $1 billion cat. been seeing the memes for this everywhere. The eyeglasses and stuff. They're putting them on Joe Rogan and the UFC guy Dana White. But yeah, the billionaire cap sitting at $41 million market cap, followed by Epic at a $41 million market cap. Satoshi Nakamoto at a $33 million market cap, followed by Lobo the Wolf Pup in that ninth spot sitting at $33 million market cap. Decentralized sitting at $29 million market cap. RuneX 16 million. Gob 10 million. Manko Runes 9 million. Zbit sitting at 8 million. Followed by Nicholas Pyrune sitting at 6 million. The Donald Trump, I think this is with the debate being in 4 days. I think this is number one buy for me right now. I bought some last night, and I'll probably buy some more today. Leading into the debate, I think he comes out and crushes Sleepy Joe. I think this is going to be really bad. I think to the point where Sleepy Joe comes off the card. I think Donald's going to rip him, and then the next day you're probably going to see this back up to like 17 sats. Not financial advice, just what I'm thinking. Followed by Wada Wada Pengu, Bones of BitDog, Meme Economics, Cook the Mempool, and then where is he? Mr. Yen, Japanese businessman, sitting at 12 sats. $2.4 million market cap. This one I think is the number one meme in this cycle. I think that brings the most X's. Not financial advice at all, but hey, if you're not Mr. Yen, and that guy who does the memes is really killing it, bro.
Yeah, I know. He needs to like be hired as like
Yeah,
the meme sensei. Yeah, I feel good about it. I actually picked some more Mr. Yen up
yeah,
over the weekend as well.
yeah.
So it's just like I think his approach, whoever's behind it, he or she, we don't know. But it's worked in a sense to be like it's genuine. It's some of the videos are just like out of this world good, like the Four Non Blondes, the Boys to Men, End
Yeah.
of the Road, stuff like that, right? It's just so good. And if he just continues that, dude, just keep doing what you're doing, man, because Mr. Yen would never stop. And
Yeah.
so it's been fun too. That's the
Yes.
cool part about it all.
Fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Want to jump into some tap stuff? I think what's the
Yeah.
best place for that?
Well, I just pulled this up, we'll show
Ordinals
kind of
Wallet?
more, just bring
Yeah.
up some of the recent stuff, right? So, Ordinal Wallet for you guys that don't know, did have an issue with their tap integration for I don't know how long, but that's why the volumes are looking a little bit lower. But they've recently picked back up quite a bit, and so you can. I don't think these are correct, but god dang, look at like Traverse is up, almost 2,000% in the past 7 days. Sora's up 4,500%. You got Gib. Gib has been running again, right? Gib is up 904%. You got GMT up 336%. Tap's up, but it doesn't have much to go off of because it just got bridged over. So that's why it's saying 0. But like Ghosty. And if you look at here, like this started really high when they first bridged over because like they were just listing at first, but now it got all the way down to what did it get down to on
22 cents, 24
on
cents.
Ordinal's wallet? Yeah, and now it's all the way back to 42 cents. The wall's really thin here. I think that Ghosty has so much potential, and they came out with an announcement that hey, they're building a layer 2, guys. And so the layer 2 token is not Ghosty, but Ghosty's probably going to set up some sort of mechanism, to where maybe it's a validator type of situation for their layer 2 or whatever. But I'm really bullish on these guys and what they're going to bring. It's really the tap ecosystem is really heating up here. In my opinion,
that's the thing. Real quick with Ghosty is that like if you like for me, if I won't go buy Polkadot, right? I'll buy something in the ecosystem. So for me, people looking like who are like me looking at Tap, they might not want to buy Tap because the X's aren't there. But something like Ghosty, which is a $10 million market cap, that's what they want to buy. They want to get 100x. Ghosty could 100x. I mean, to get to what $600 million market cap, that's not that bad. So I don't know. I think that's definitely one that I'm considering that could do 100x. But there's a bunch of these, to your point, that could do 100x. You got Traverse, you have Gib, and so many others.
Yeah, and you have some old school ones too that I think are going to start, coming back into the mix. You have OrdFi.
Yeah.
Once they have the dedicated, marketplaces like Tap Explorer, and then you need Tap, and other ones too that are coming out. That's going to give a lot of possibly some of these older tokens. Look, there's a Tap Unitap token. I didn't even realize
Yeah.
that. Is that theirs? I don't know. Probably not. Someone probably just minted that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So, once they have their official marketplaces out, we'll showcase those, and they'll be a lot more organized and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I can't wait to have a Tap marketplace where it's dedicated to Tap only, and it's just all their stuff, and maybe have some DMT and UNATs and stuff up there too as well. That should be interesting for sure.
Yep. It's going to be very, very interesting.
Yep. I think that's our show, right? Do we have anything else?
Nope. That is it, guys. That is it. That wraps up the weekend. Just stay focused, be consistent. I know it's boring at times like now, but use this time to educate yourself, right? Like with DMT, with UNATs, with all the fungible token ecosystems, who's creating what. I started to dive deeper into everything this weekend, and that's what I'm focused on, is to dive deep into our ecosystem and really see, out of every meta protocol, what's the shining stars, right, out of each meta protocol, and kind of notate that and stuff like that. So we have experience in this ecosystem that being consistent and patient pays off, literally pays off, because that's what we experienced last fall
100%.
and winter.
And guys, to do research, we have some of the best sites here at ordinalrevolution.com. So check us out here, Ordinal Revolution. And if you're going to Bitcoin Nashville, we'll both be in Bitcoin Nashville. It's about a month away now, so it's coming up quick. But if you are going, get the 21% off coupon. We have it here on our site, right at the top here. You can grab that from here. And if you're going to, make sure you guys have some of the best gear. Just show the maxis that Ordinals are alive and Ordinals are there. So let's come rocking some Ordinals gear. If you order now, you'll definitely get it before the conference. So do that soon. And definitely check out our partners. We got some big launches coming up with this week. We'll start off with Ordinal Hive, right? Ordinal Hive, they're launching. What are they? This Friday, right?
I think so. Yep. This coming Friday on the 28th. That's going to be super exciting, guys. The blur of Bitcoin is about to launch on Merlin chain. So be ready for that, because we're going to go through all the details this coming up week. You're going to see a lot of, them putting out messaging and stuff like that to give you instructions. They have their Ordinal Hive Pass. There's going to be a lot of benefits and a lot of bonuses that they're going to be doing for certain collections. So just stay tuned. Make sure you're watching us Monday through Friday, 11 to 12:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you guys that information first.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I haven't actually asked you about this yet, but do you want to go live for their event? Maybe we'll just do a quick half-hour live. Maybe people ask questions on how to use stuff. Maybe have Fonzie
Yeah,
for that.
yeah. We can coordinate it with them and see if that works out for sure.
Yeah, man. Followed by Fluid tokens are dropping their leaderboard. So if you have been using Fluid tokens, you'll see if you're a part of the top 1,000. You want to be a part of the top 1,000. That is not financial advice, but yes, it's potentially something big. So, and then Rotium Dex is about 2 weeks away from their launch. So the VGAS token and everything come with that. So staking your mines to get the VGAS token is probably the best way to get that token. So do that because it's potentially free. Because you're earning if you already have it. And then Traverse, guys, check out Traverse. If you're feeling like you have too much on your computer and you want to be a little safer, have that wild hygiene that we preach on the show. Traverse is the best place to do that. You can lock up your Node Monkey, lock up your frogs, lock up any asset. I'm pretty sure you can lock up DMT and all that stuff as well. So if you're feeling a little insecure about having stuff and worried about getting hacked and lose everything, it's the last thing you want to do is lose everything before a bull market. Use Traverse Labs. They're very safe, non-custodial. They do not hold your assets. You hold them. They just give you the option for a Google Authenticator and an email to send anything out of there. So that's pretty big. Well, that's our show, guys. Like Yagobi said, check us out Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific. We'll be here. And we're just because the market's slow doesn't mean we don't show up. We show up each and every single day. That's why we put out these updates and go live every day. So check us out all week. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.
We OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to upload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to upload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit found fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.